All right, so today we're gonna be tackling this render. It's super simple and there's no fluid simulation involved, so we don't have to worry about all that craziness. Let's get into it. So first thing I want you to do, Shift A, add a icosphere. And then we're gonna hit Tab, W, and click Subdivide Smooth. And we're gonna put it at about 4. All right, hit Tab, go into edit mode and then hit A to deselect everything. And then go down here and go into face select. And then before we click anything, go to your proportional editing, enable, and then right next to it, click on random. Now, let's go to the bottom, click one of these faces, and then you drag it down and use your mouse scroll wheel to edit the size of the random. I want to keep it right about there, and then drag it down pretty far. I'd say that's good. And there we go. We kind of have our slime, but it's low poly. So what we need to do, add a modifier, subdivision surface, and then put your render at 4, so that'll give you a perfectly smooth slime look. Keep your view at 1 so you don't overload your computer. Unless you have a powerful one, then you can, put it as high as you want. All right, next thing we're gonna add, Shift A icosphere. Scale it up a little bit, hit Tab, W, Subdivide Smooth, and keep the number of cuts over here at 1. We're gonna just leave it right there. All right, modifier, we are gonna add a subdivision oops, sorry, not the subdivision surface. We're gonna add a wireframe. All right, up the thickness just a little bit if you want. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna bring it down just a bit. All right, I like where it is. And that's essentially it. Now we're gonna add our background, our textures, and our lighting. So first thing I wanna do, Shift A, add a camera, and sort of adjust it to however you want. I'm gonna hit G, drag it down. All right, that's perfect. All right, now for the background. We're gonna do a mesh, icosphere, and scale it all the way till it passes up your camera. So right there. We're gonna hit Tab, W, Subdivide Smooth, and we're gonna put it at 2. All right, hit Tab to go out of edit mode. Actually, no, we need to stay in edit mode, so hit Tab if you went out of it. We're gonna hit A to deselect everything, make sure face select is selected, click C, and you're just gonna go in a circle around the camera, and left click to get out of C, the C mode, not sure exactly what that's called, hit delete, and click vertices. And now we can quickly go and select all the ones around that. And the reason why we're doing this is we're gonna use an HDRI to light the scene, so we need to have it open for it to actually light it. So we're gonna go in and just delete everything around it. Click, delete, vertices. And then hit 0 to go back into your camera. All right, Tab, and it's kind of out of it, so I'm just going to drag it up a little bit out of the camera view, and I'm going to scale it up. All right, perfect. Now we're going to go to texturing. So what I want you to do is go up to File, User Preferences, and up here on Add-ons, type in Library. Make sure Material Library is checked. And so I'm not going to teach you how to make any textures. We're going to use the ones that Blender gives us, and they're really good, and so we don't have to spend a lot of time doing that. So click on your background, go into your materials, hit New. Right here on the bottom, it'll say Material Library VX. Click Cycles Materials, and that's going to give you your library of free materials. So here you can do whatever you want. I'm going to pick Building, wherever it is, right here, Building. Go down here and click in Material View. So we have that. Then click on your slime, and here you can do whatever you want. I'm going to click Cycles Cube Material, and then on the wireframe, hit New, and I'm going to pick Ceramic, or I can't pronounce that. Something polished. Ceramic polished. Yeah, I can't pronounce anything. All right, now we have all our textures. Drag up a new window and click Node Editor. All right, so in the description, I'm going to provide a link to a website called HDRI Labs, and that's going to give you a ton of free HDRIs. So just go and pick one and come back. All right, so down here, go to your world settings and click Use Nodes. All right, we're gonna use 3 nodes in order to use an HDRI. Man, I can't say that today. Ton of free HDRIs. I can't talk. All right. All right. So first we're going to use is a texture, environment texture. Sorry, ENV, environment texture, and then a mapping. So I'm hitting Shift A and then clicking search. I realized I didn't really say that. Shift A, search, and then last one is a texture coordinate. Right here on the top, texture coordinate, and click generated and bring it down to the vector. All right, now go to wherever you saved your HDRI and use that. All right, in strength, I used strength of 12. You do whatever you think might work, and there you go. All right, so there you go. That's the piece. That's the render. You can go in and render, do whatever settings you like. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you learned something. And yeah, feel free to subscribe. My Instagram is in the description. Feel free to follow that, see what renders I do. And yeah,